All right, so the first thing I want to mention is the VLC Media Player by Videoland. This is a free cross-platform video player. I recommend it in almost every one of my videos because it just works and it works so well. It's free, cross-platform, they keep it up to date, and it works for almost everything. Now, when it comes to watching a DVD, all you have to do is pop the disc in the drive. Now, I'm going to show it to you a little bit differently than just popping the disc in the drive. So let me come over here. I'm going to grab my Deep Impact, and I'm going to pop it into my disk drive. And when I do that, with the DVD, my computer is going to say, excuse me, how do you want to launch? Let's see what it does. Got to wait for it to spin up. Oh, here it comes. And instantly VLC starts to play, thankfully. And now it's going to show me the menu system, special features, setup, and there it is. And I can watch this like I would watch any other movie. Congratulations, we can watch Deep Impact. Great, there's a movie, beautiful. Now, when you're inside of VLC, so you know there's some interesting things here. If I click on Playback, Title, and Chapter, this allows you to navigate around the disc. If you don't want to use the menus, you can actually see everything right there. Great, that's a DVD. Doesn't get easier than that. What about international DVD? What happens if I pop international DVD into the drive? Well, let's take a look. Carefully. I'm going to do this one here. This is Israeli disc. It is PAL, not NTSC, and it is region 2. So this is everything that I shouldn't be able to watch on my home computer, on my home DVD player. Pop it in, and I'll see what happens. So while it's loading up, I'll remind you, we can't put a videotape inside of the computer. We can hook up a VCR to a computer to digitize, but only under very special circumstances, and that's not one of them. All right, let's see if VLC will auto-launch or not. Even if it does, I'm going to show you a little trick to make your life a little bit easier. Your computer might be configured differently than mine. But if you look, it's starting to play. My Hebrew isn't that good anymore. But if I come over here to Playback, Title, I can see this title is 1 hour and 32 minutes. And without any difficulty whatsoever, it's allowing me to play the disc. Now, what if VLC didn't launch for you? Well, if you have VLC installed, that's the good news, is if you have VLC installed, I can come over here to this PC, I could go over to the DVD, and I could right-click, and I can say, play with VLC Media Player, and it will play. That's great. Or, because I want to be as well-rounded as possible, if I just launch VLC, I could go Media, Open Disk, and then I can point to the disk, and it'll play that way as well. So no matter how you slice it, VLC will allow you to go to the DVD and play it. Now, you may have other media players on your computer. That's fine. If whatever works for you, works for you. What I will tell you is that there are many times that people are trying to show a video using VLC, maybe like over Zoom. VLC works over Zoom. Other media players may not. That's why we like to use VLC.
All right, now I'm going to take this Blu-ray and put it inside my computer's DVD player. Let's see what happens. Nothing's going to happen. The computer can't read Blu-rays. A DVD will not actually see the Blu-ray, so nothing's going to happen because nothing is supposed to happen. So there you go. It worked exactly as expected. So instead of putting my Blu-ray into my DVD player, I'm going to use an external USB Blu-ray player. Now, the cool thing about Blu-ray players, whether they're external or not, is that DVDs can play in Blu-ray players, and Blu-rays can play in Blu-ray players as well. So there you go. So I'm going to plug this in, I'm going to put the disc in, and then we'll see what happens. Now, when you pop a Blu-ray into your computer, even into the Blu-ray player, you will get one of several errors from VLC. And here's the reason why. The first thing is that VLC might think it's a DVD. So you have to set to say, hey, don't open this as a DVD, open this as a Blu-ray. And that's always going to be something that might happen to you.
Media, open disc. I'm going to tell it's a Blu-ray. If I tell it's a Blu-ray, it'll play. Like that. Isn't that amazing? Now let me come over here, jump to any title I want. It'll jump and it'll play the movie. Why didn't it play before? Because by default, VLC thought it was a DVD. And if I were to come over here and say media open disk and tell it it's a DVD, it'll give me an error message. Because it's not a DVD, it's a Blu-ray. So it's very important that I don't do that. But that's one error, is that I try to open a Blu-ray like a DVD, which is why I had to do it manually. The other error is the encoder error. And to fix that, I'm going to include a link here. You need to do three things. Or two. Well, number one, you need to know which VLC you're using. Are you using 32-bit VLC or 64-bit VLC or Mac OS? And what ends up happening is, and again, I've just found this website, I've used it. You download this file and put it here. You download this file and put it there. And if you do that, then VLC will allow you to play Blu-rays, which is exactly what I just did. So I will include that there for you to see. This website's been up since at least 2018, so I figure it's pretty much safe for me to tell you about it. All right, well, hopefully that was useful for you. And again, I hope whatever solution you have, you're able to watch movies. The library makes movie watching available to you, and that's very, very useful. But with the exception of the VHS tapes, if you can take it home, I would take it home. Again, enjoy.